Yo, it's your boy Ryan, Northwest Sports Fanatics, back at you with a new video. Today is Monday, May 20th, 2024, with your boy Ryan and the Northwest Sports Fanatics. Make sure you guys subscribe to the channel. Smash that like button either now or on your way out. Donate to your boy if you can. Cash App $ORION NWSF or the YouTube Super Chat right here. We got some baseball this Monday afternoon. The Seattle Mariners versus the New York Yankees. Let's cue up the music, and I'll get into the thumb. And as well, we'll get into the starting lineups. First pitch will be here in about 5 or 6 minutes. Hope everyone is having a great Monday after the weekend, and I'm really excited about this particular series. Let's get it, baby. All right, baby. And on the thumb, we got Julio Rodriguez. And on the right, Mr. Everything, Aaron Judge. Let's get into the visiting Seattle Mariners. Leading off for the Mariners and playing second base, Hollywood Josh Rojas. Batting second and playing center field, Julio Rodriguez. Let's go, J-Rod. Batting third, catching for Seattle, big dumper, Cal Raleigh. Batting cleanup and batting fourth for the very first time in 2024, left fielder, Luke Raley. Batting fifth, DHing tonight for Seattle, Mitch Haniga. Batting sixth and playing shortstop for Seattle, Dylan Moore. Batting seventh and playing right field for the Mariners, Dominic Canzone. Batting eighth and playing first base for Seattle, Ty France. And batting ninth and playing third base tonight, Luis Urias. And on the mound for the Mariners, it's Walter, a.k.a. Logan Gilbert. 3-2 record with a 3.07 ERA. Best pitcher on the staff so far this year, but the other starters are starting to catch up with Bryce Miller, Luis Castillo, George Kirby, and Brian Wu. Let's go. And let's get into the starting lineup for the New York Yankees. Leading off for the Yankees, playing shortstop, Anthony Volpe. Batting second, the former Padre right fielder, Juan Soto. Batting third, playing center field, Aaron Judge. Batting cleanup and batting fourth, left fielder, Alex Verdugo. Batting fifth, DHing tonight for the Yankees, Giancarlo Stanton. Batting sixth, playing first base for the Yankees, Anthony Rizzo. Batting seventh and playing second base for New York, Gleyber Torres. Batting eighth and playing catcher tonight for New York, Jose Trevino. And batting ninth, playing third base for the Yankees, John Berti. On the mound for the Yankees with a 3-2 record, an ERA of 3.33, Marcus Stroman. Let's go, baby. Should be a good one. We got a little bit roughed up by the Baltimore Orioles. They won 2 out of 3. We already knew that going to Baltimore was going to be very, very tough. And now we got a 4-game set against the Yankees, one of the best teams, not only in the American League, but overall in Major League Baseball. So we're really going to find out how we match up to the Yankees. I'm hoping that we can go 2 for 4 since we ended up going only 1 for 3 against Baltimore. I know the Yankees and the Orioles are going to go back and forth, for first place in their division. And after we get past the Yankees and we got the Nationals, you would assume that would be a little bit easier for us, but we are on the road. And even when you end up playing teams that may not be as good as the Orioles or the Yankees, there's no guarantee the Mariners are going to play the Nats and sweep them on the road. So this series is going to be very important. Best case scenario for the Mariners, obviously a sweep. Do we think that's going to happen? Probably not. Second best scenario, 3 out of 4. Don't know if we're going to be able to do that since we only won 1 out of 3 against Baltimore. But I think safe to say 2 out of 4 would be fair. If we can get 3 out of 4, that would be excellent. But that's what the Yankees want to do to us. They're trying to go 3 out of 4 as well. Let's go, baby. I am ready. Jason in the building. What's good? I hope you had a good time with the Orioles and the Mariners. First like, first comment. Let's go. $1 holla. Appreciate you, my guy. Daniel in the building. Let's go. $1 holla. Who would you want me to put up for a photo? I got you. Stacks on stacks. Racks on racks. A little cactus jack. Bang, bang. $1. 99 to go. And if you haven't smashed the like button just yet, please do. Let's go. Let me know who you want. You want Julio? You want Cal Raleigh? You want old school like Ken Griffey Jr.? Let me know what you want for a photo, and I got you. Let's go, baby. And if you haven't smashed the like button just yet, please do. We're going to try to go for 20 to 30 likes and 100 on the donos. And obviously, every like that we get that's 20 and above, it really does help the algorithm, and it'll help us get more people here on the stream. So if you haven't smashed the like button just yet, looks like we need 4 more to get to 10. So if we can get to 10 by the first hour and then get the other 10, within the last maybe 4 innings, that would be fantastic. And shout out to all the people watching on Twitter/X. If you do have a Twitter/X account, do your boy a solid and like and retweet the stream. It'll help us get more people here as well. Let's go. All right, let me get everything situated here. Got the volume queued up. All right, baby, I am ready. Ryan in the building, what's good? Jason in the building, what's good? Daniel in the building, what's good? Brandon in the building, what's good? Let's go. And I am ready. I got a couple extra graphics that I threw up. So we got the Seattle spinning logo. We got the standard New York logo. We got the circular Yankee old school logo. And then when Aaron Judge is up, I even got something special there. We got a little graphic in the corner. All rise, Aaron Judge. So your boy always puts out all the effort, obviously, and we want to make sure that it looks good as well. Let's go, baby. And no JP Crawford yet, but I did hear that he ended up, flying to New York. So hopefully we'll end up seeing him at some point in the series. What's going on, Brandon? All right, let's go to the top of the first. Jacob says, man, you need to be able to beat them up. Eh? I'm hoping that we can hang tough. We have some injuries, but, who doesn't at this point in year? But not having certain individual pieces is definitely hurting us. No Jorge Polanco, no Saucedo, doesn't hurt my feelings. No Santos. The big one is probably JP Crawford, unless we end up seeing him at some point today. I'm looking at the injury report, and they took JP off on the last minute. So it is possible that JP might pinch hit later in the game at some point or another, or possibly start tomorrow. Let's go. And again, on the mound for the Yankees, Marcus Stroman. 3-2 record with a 3.33 ERA. And leading off for the Mariners, Hollywood, Josh Rojas. Let's go, baby. First pitch is outside, 1-0 count. Let's go. Pitch is on the corner, but they call it a ball. 2-0 count. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. Lost power on Thursday, and then you just got it back today? Or did you get it back over the weekend? Pitch is inside. Rojas pops it up. Should be a routine play for Volpe or Aaron Judge. Looks like Volpe calls off Aaron. 1 away. Next up for the Mariners, center fielder, no fly zone, Julio Rodriguez. And I had to hit you with some new photos for the roster. Let's go, Julio. Let's go, J-Rod. First pitch to Julio on the corner for a strike. Hey, Trident's up. We need you, and I'm hoping that we can get some home runs this series. Let's go, baby. We love you. We know that you're, behind the 8 ball right now, but we need you. You need to be smart. Don't be chasing in the box, okay? Let's go. Pitch is outside for a ball, 1-1 count. Julio's the only player for the Mariners to play every game this season. Pitch is outside, 2-1 count. Megan in the building. How are you? 2-1 pitch. Big swing and a miss for Julio. 2-2 count. Let's go, baby. $15 multi-hit games this season in 2024 for J-Rod. But again, hasn't really been seeing the baseball as well as he has in the first couple seasons. Pressing a little bit. A lot of pressure on Julio, considering, he's going to be recognized as a top 10 player. But if you want to be a Hall of Famer, you got to be more consistent. Throw to first with a little dribbler towards third, 2 away. And hopefully he'll be able to pick up the pace. Next up for the Mariners, big dumper, catcher Cal Raleigh. And again, if you haven't smashed the like button just yet, please do. We're going to try to get to 10 within the first hour and then get to 20 to 30 by the time the stream ends. And if you got a Twitter/X account, do your boy a solid and like and retweet the stream like Elliot and Megan did. Thank you so much. That'll help us get more people here on the stream. Thank you. Appreciate y'all. Top of the first, 0-0, 1-0 pitch to Cal. Chop towards first base, foul, 1-1 count. Let's go, dumper. We need you, baby. Elliot in the building. What's good, brother? Saw that amazing catch, and I had to slide that to your Twitter/X account. 1-1 pitch to Cal. Big swing and a miss, 1-2 count. And again, we only won 1 game out of 3 against the Orioles. They beat the shit out of us, and I kind of had a feeling that would happen, But, again, you got to be able to see how you match up with the top dogs. And right now, the top dogs are going to be the Orioles, the Yankees, the Rangers, the Mariners, and then you got a combination of the Guardians and the Twins, and even the Royals are doing pretty good for the American League. And then on the National League side, you got the Braves, you got the Dodgers, you got the Phillies, you got the Cubs, and then you got, I would probably say, the Milwaukee Brewers. Those are probably your best 5 right now. Things could change, obviously, at that time. Big swing and a miss. Let's go to the bottom of the first inning. No luck for the Mariners with the first 3 batters, Rojas, Julio, and Cal Raleigh. And on the mound for the Mariners, Walter, a.k.a. Logan Gilbert. 3-2 record with a 3.07 ERA. Let's go, baby. We're going to need you. Let's get it. Leading off for the Yankees, shortstop, Anthony Volpe. Batting second, playing right field, Juan Soto. And batting third, center fielder, Aaron Judge. Let's go. And we get Aaron up, and then we got that logo, we got this one, and then we got All Rise, baby. Let's go. Nice. You guys are starting to pick up the pace a little bit. Started off the year kind of slow and still not where you want to be. Win-loss record, with the Padres, but it's a long season, and I assume they'll catch fire in summer when the weather gets warmer like Seattle. That's crazy, huh? You probably never would have thought that, you're trying to complete the 4-game sweep against the Braves. Congrats, man. Still early in the season, but that still means something. Every win means something. Big facts. And make sure you guys are taking care of your mental health. Like I said, depression, anxiety, addiction. A lot of people are going through these things on the daily. So if you feel like you're slipping into the darkness, make some minor adjustments to your daily routine. Make sure you have some positive things in your routine by working out, exercising, going for a walk, listening to music. Just making those minor adjustments can help you win the day. Let's go, Logan. Lead off for the Yankees, Anthony Volpe. Takes a pitch outside, 1-0 count. Like, sub, donate, comment, share, help your boy out, baby. 1-0 pitch from Logan Gilbert to Anthony Volpe. Pitches inside for a strike, 1-1 count. Bro, that's wild, huh? I mean, it's one thing to have him as like one of your favorite players, and then for him to go to another team and then to come back to the Padres and have this type of success, that's got to feel good. Pitches inside, 2-1 count for Gilbert to Volpe. Congrats on that. And I don't think anyone would have bet money on the Padres potentially sweeping the Braves. If anything, they probably would think the Braves would sweep the Padres or win 3 out of 4, and it sounds like you're going to end up winning the majority of those. Gilbert in the zone, low in the zone, or a strike, 2-2 count to Volpe. Chopped towards third base, foul. Isn't that crazy, Elliot, how you can get swept by the Rockies, which is like one of the crappy teams in Major League Baseball, right? So you're already down on the team and on yourself and like how things are going. And then you go right into a series where no one gives you a chance, and then you end up beating the brakes off the Braves. It's just, baseball is crazy, man. Oh, Logan Gilbert loses control and hits Volpe on the butt cheek or the hip. He goes to first. Not the start we want there for Logan Gilbert. Next up for the Yankees, right fielder Juan Soto. And Soto's been a great addition for New York after leaving the Padres. And I know, Elliot, you probably wish that Soto was still there. But he's a great player. Wherever he goes, he's going to end up, making his presence known. Soto showing bunt. 1-0 count, 311 average, 11 homers, 37 ribbies. Fantastic start to Juan Soto's season in New York. Throw to first. The Volpe safe. Shout out to all the people watching on Twitter/X as well as YouTube. Hope you guys are having a fantastic Monday. Bottom of the first, 0-0. Volpe on first after getting hit on the butt cheek by Walter, a.k.a. Logan Gilbert. Pitch right down the middle for a strike to Soto, 1-1 count. 6 games with 3+ hits this season for Juan Soto. .963 OPS this season. That's 6th in Major League Baseball. Yeah, so it's kind of tough to tell what you are as an identity of a team. Are you really, really good? Are you really, really bad? Or are you somewhere in the middle? And of course, you don't want to lose to the bad teams like the Rockies, right? But if you can end up beating teams like the Dodgers or the Braves, it shows that maybe you're not that far behind them. And again, we're always going to talk about the Dodgers and the Braves and the Phillies and the Cubs and the Brewers as being the best in the National League for now. But there will be some movement as we get into summer. 2-1 pitch. Soto, dribbler, double play, got one. Damn it. Couldn't get Soto at first, but we got the force out. Grounded out into a fielder's choice to second. Volpe to second, and the runner out. And Juan Soto safe at first, 1 away. Megan with a fiver, appreciate you. Stacks on stacks, racks on racks, a little cactus stack. Bang, bang, $5 holla. And we'll get some photos up here for Megan as well as Jason when you guys are ready. Matt in the building. What's good? Aaron Judge crushes it. Back against the wall. Julio. Wow. Oh, safe at second by Aaron Judge. Wow. I didn't even get to really throw up the photo there with the graphic. He swung on the first pitch strike. There it is. Okay, Aaron. And even though, I'm a Mariner fan through and through, when you end up getting an Aaron Judge ball at a game, you definitely become more of a fan than you were. And, obviously a spectacular Hall of Fame player, and besides Shohei Ohtani, most people would say this is the second best player in Major League Baseball in Aaron Judge. Obviously, Ohtani can pitch and hit. Judge can't pitch, but still, the guy's got the power. He doesn't do any PEDs, and he is a dangerous hitter. Big facts. Next up, the former Red Sox left fielder, Alex Verdugo. Again, this is going to be tough for the Mariners. Verdugo, that's going to be a double, maybe a triple. That scores 1. Bounces off the wall. That scores 2. 2-0 Yankees. Nice job. Not what I want to see as a Mariner fan, but again, when you go to New York, you have to understand how hard it is to win there. And the former Red Sox comes up big with a double of his own. Made him shave his facial hair because that's the rule there in New York. And nice power hit down the first base line. Exit velo 106.3. Golly. Next up for the Yankees, DHing for New York, Giancarlo Stanton. They got a strong lineup, and especially with Soto there, it makes it even better. How's it going, Matt? Make sure you like and retweet the stream for me once you get settled in. Hope you had a good workout. And again, we'll be grinding it out. We'll be streaming the same time, same place tomorrow. I believe the game will be around 4 o'clock since it's a 7 o'clock start in New York, and we're here in the West Coast. But we're going to have to score 5 runs, 7 to 10 hits. Logan Gilbert's our best pitcher right now, but I feel some of the other starters are catching up. Wu, even though he only has 2 starts, looks pretty good. Bryce Miller and George Kirby are kind of hit or miss. Same thing with Castillo. Little pop up to Julio. Holds the runner to second. 2 away. But the combination of having Soto, Judge, and Stanton, those big 3 are huge. But also on top of that, Volpe and Verdugo are very nice, as well as Rizzo. And they got Gleyber Torres. So if you really look at their lineup, they have 7 quality hitters. The only ones that might be a little suspect, it will be kind of at the end of the lineup with Trevino and Berti. But those guys are batting 284 and 277. So in all honesty, they got a really good, solid lineup, 1 through 9, one of the best in Major League Baseball. And that's why they're 33 and 15. And they got one of the best records in baseball, and they're 16 and 6 at home. So, if we can go 2 for 4, that's this series, that'll be great. I hope we don't get swept or win only 1 game. But the way that the flow of this game is going, even though our pitching might be top 5, if we can't get runs and hits, it's going to get real ugly in these next 4 games. Bottom of the first, 2-0 Yankees. Runner at second, 2 outs. Anthony Rizzo in the box, 1-1 pitch. Dribbler towards third, throw to first. Got him. The damage is done, though. All right, Verdugo, I see you. Next up for the Mariners in the top of the second, playing the position that I don't think anyone really assumed that he would be in. Cleanup hitter for the very first time in 2024, but he's earned it. Left fielder, Luke Raley. Let's go, Luke. You've been on fire, baby. Bring that electricity to the lineup. Let's go. Batting second this inning, everyone's favorite Miach. DHing Mitch Haniga. Let's go, Hanny. And batting third this inning, shortstop Demo Dylan Moore. Let's go. All right, throw up a photo up here for Jason, and then Megan, let me know what you want as a photo. I would assume you want Aaron Judge for photos. If there's someone else that you want, let me know. But I can throw up a couple if you'd like. All right, let's see what we got here. Get a couple Julios up for Jason. Appreciate you with the $1 holla to get it going. Megan with the $5. Appreciate you. We're at 6. 94 to go. Bird Gang in the building. What's good? And I'll get a few more once we get into the commercial break. I'll try to multitask here. All right, come on, Luke. Luke Raley, there we go. There's a reason why they put him in that role. I love seeing that. You know, players that we don't have a whole lot of confidence in at the beginning of the season. Second 3-hit game of the season yesterday, and he might get another one here tonight. There we go, Luke. Right down the middle, first pitch strike. He says, I'm going to swing. I'm going to get a single, baby. Right on Marcus Stroman to Aaron Judge. I love it. Next up, DHing for the Mariners, Mitch Haniga. Go, Mitch. Takes a pitch right down the middle for a strike. Try to get a few Aaron Judges and Giancarlo Stanton set up here for you. Oh, 1 pitch to Haniger, 217 average in 2024. A little underwhelming, but it is what it is. Pitches outside, 1-1 count. Hanny shot towards third, foul. One-two count. Hanny pops it up a mile. Damn it, one away. Throw to first, safe. I got a few photos of Aaron Judge and Giancarlo Stanton for you. Pitches outside. 1-0 count to Demo Dylan Moore. Top of the second, 2-0 Yankees. Runner at first, Luke Raley. 1 out, 1-0 count to Demo Dylan Moore. 1-0 pitch for Marcus Stroman to Demo. Pitches outside, 2-0 count. I hope you feel better. On the bright side, we got some Star Wars coming up, very shortly. So that'll be exciting, the Acolyte. And, that'll give us a little bit of a lift, when we're feeling a little bit low. Obviously, you're on a different type of stage of low than others just because you're a little bit under the weather. But hopefully that'll pass. So that way you can start feeling like your normal self. I'll be praying for you. I hope you feel better soon. Top of the second, 2-0 New York. Runner at first, 1 away, 2-1 count to Demo, 229 average in 2024 for Demo, but he has been getting hot as of late. Pitch is low and into the dirt. 3-1 count. And if you haven't smashed the like button just yet, please do. It'll help us get more people in the room, and it'll hit the analytics and the algorithm, and it'll help us out tremendously. We'll get more recommendations that way too. 3-1 pitch. Pitch is outside, and he walked him. Canzone. Could be a double play. There's one. Throw to first. Got him. Damn it. The one thing that you don't want to have happen is go into a double play, and there it was. All right, let's go to the bottom of the second inning, but let's get some photos up here for some Yankees for Megan. All right, let's go here. That's a cool one with the nice background there with the lights and the nice sky. Cracking a home run, or possibly trying to. And then I got a couple Giancarlos. Appreciate you. Unfortunate that New York is so dark that it kind of blends in with some of the photos. I'm still going to use it, and I'll still sprinkle it in and whatnot, but at least they have this circular Yankee logo as well as my Aaron Judge, a little movable, icon and whatnot, so we can kind of flip them around and whatnot. So, all right, let's go to the bottom of the second. Let's see who's up here for the Yankees. Next up for New York, second baseman Gleyber Torres. Batting second this inning, catching for New York, Jose Trevino. And batting third baseman John Berti. Yeah, I think Stanton gets still a lot of love. It's just that, Aaron Judge and Juan Soto are a little bit more popular. Stanton has had some injuries, within the last couple years and whatnot. But, when he's healthy, they're the Bronx Bombers. It's kind of like Mark McGwire and Jose Canseco back in the day. When you got two guys that can hit 30, 40, 50 home runs, not many teams can say they have that. Now they added another guy, and Juan Soto, who was already an all-star before he ended up showing up to New York. So now they have a big three. And not only that, you still got guys like Volpe and Rizzo, who are very solid players, and Verdugo. So, this team is loaded from top to bottom. And obviously they're having a much better record with Juan Soto in the lineup. Gleyber Torres, ooh, nice catch by Dominic Canzone. One away. They got a lot of solid players on the roster. Not a whole lot of weaknesses on New York this year. Bottom of the second, 2-0 New York. Gilbert, Trevino, little dribbler. Demo, Ty France, 2 away. Next up for the Yankees, third baseman John Berti. Yeah, I think you might have missed a plus. I don't know how many pluses that you have to be on to beat them this year, but with a 33-15 record, I mean, and they're 16-6 at home. So, I mean, you literally, have to probably get 10 Ks as a pitcher. You have to hold them under 5 runs, and then you also have to get probably 5 to 8 runs yourself to even be in the consideration, unless you just get one of those off days for them. But it doesn't feel like Yankees are having too many off days in 2024. So, and it's not like we're terrible. We're 25-22, and we're still towards the top, first and second place, in our division. But at this point, it's okay to say that New York is a better team than us now, and hopefully we can at least win a couple in New York out of the 4-game set. Popped up and out. All right, at the end of the second inning, let's go to the top of the third, 2-0 Yankees. See who's up here for Seattle. Next up for the Mariners in the 8-hole, first baseman Ty France. Batting second, playing third base, Luis Urias. And batting third, second baseman, Hollywood, Josh Rojas. Let's go, baby. First pitch strike to Ty France, 0-1 count. Stroman, 0-1 pitch. In the zone again, behind in the count, 0-2, 235 average, 4 homers and 15 ribbies for Ty France in 2024. Pitch is outside, 1-2 count. Career versus Marcus Stroman, 2 for 4. Let's go, Ty. One-two pitch. Pitch is outside. 2-2 count. Ty, dribbler towards third, but foul. Count remains 2-2. 36 hits this season, 25 singles, 7 doubles, no triples, and 4 homers for Ty. We definitely need you. Let's go. Come on, baby. Let's go, France. 2-2 pitch from Stroman to France. Pitch is outside. 3-2 count. Big swing and a miss, and got him. Next up for the Mariners, third baseman Luis Urias. Go, Luis. Pitch is outside, 1-1 count. Come on, Luis. Make like those defensive plays, but we need something obviously in the box. Come on, baby. 1-1 pitch to Urias. Big swing and a miss behind in the count 1-2 from Marcus Stroman. Hockey from home in the building. What's good? Yeah, Aaron Judge has got one of the best swings in baseball. It's like, when you see guys like Aaron Judge and Shohei Ohtani swing the bat, it's a piece of magic. It's like when we used to watch Griffey back in the day. You knew you were watching something spectacular. And when they get, everything in it and they hit it right on the sweet spot, that ball is going to go a lot farther than anyone else in Major League Baseball with Aaron Judge and Shohei Ohtani. That's facts. And after he had his 62 home run season in 2022, a little bit of an off season last year for Judge. Obviously, he was battling that toe that he slammed into, obviously the wall there at Dodger Stadium, and then never really got back to his true self. But I feel this year will be, I'm not sure as good as that 2022 year, because that was like a very record-breaking year. I mean, he's batting .270 right now, and obviously that'll probably go up as the season goes along. But I'm hoping that he'll have over 40 home runs this season, for the Yankees. Hopefully, 40 to 50. 1-1 count to Rojas. Pitch is in the zone. Behind in the count 1-2. What's good, Hockey from home? How are you? Rojas, dribbler. Right back to Stroman. Underhand throw to first. 3 up and 3 down. Next up for the Yankees, back at the top of the order, 0-for-0, shortstop Anthony Volpe. One of the new, young, and up-and-coming players the last couple years. I feel that he will continuously get better and better at the shortstop position and is a big fan favorite. Batting second, 0-for-1 with a run, right fielder Juan Soto. The former Padre All-Star is making his mark in New York, and that's a big part of why they're so successful this year. And batting third, center fielder Aaron Judge. Court is in session. All rise. And hopefully he doesn't go crazy on us, but I don't mind when he goes yard. I just usually like it when it's not against the Mariners, but probably a good chance of him hitting at least a home run or two against the Mariners in the next 4 games. All right, looks like we're at 11 likes. We need 4 more to get to 15. If you haven't smashed the like button just yet, please do. We want to try to get to 20 as soon as possible. That'll help us out on the algorithm. Bottom of the third, 2-0 New York. 1-0 count from Gilbert to Anthony Volpe. Volpe, dribbler, back to Logan Gilbert. Underhand throw to Ty France, 1 away. Next up, right fielder, Juan Soto. Matt and Elliot and Megan, thank you so much for helping out on the Twitter/X. I appreciate you very much. Bottom of the third, 2-0 New York. First pitch to Juan Soto. High and out of the zone, 1-0 count. 0-for-1 with a run so far for Juan. 1-0 pitch from Gilbert to Soto. Right down the middle for a strike. 1-1 count. Let's go, baby. 1-1 pitch. Gilbert low and into the dirt almost. 2-1 count. Reflect in the building. What's good? Two-one pitch. Big swing and a miss for Soto. 2-2 count. Yeah, Reflect, it's going to be tough since we only ended up winning 1 game out of 3 against the Orioles. I think best case scenario for us is I don't think we're going to be able to win the series, but if we can win 2 out of 4, I think that would be successful. You know, like normally winning 3 out of 4, that's a success. You win the series and you dominate the series. But I mean, as good as New York is this year, 33-15, only 16 and they're 16-6 at home. That means they've only lost 6 games at home all year. So it's going to be very difficult to beat them. You know, you're going to have to get 10 Ks. You're going to have to get 5 to 10 runs and 7 to 10 hits. And I don't know how often we're going to be able to do that. You know, we might be able to heat up for a game or 2, but I don't know if we're going to, I mean, saying that we can sweep the Yankees is ridiculous, you know, but best case scenario for us would be 3 out of 4. But I just don't think, I mean, if we would have won 2 out of 3 against Baltimore or swept them, then I would say maybe we have a chance to go 3 out of 4, you know, and do some damage. Next up is Aaron Judge. Court is in session. We got to make sure we get the proper logos up here. Bang, bang. All rise. Bottom of the third, 2-0 New York. 0-1 pitch to Judge. Pitches outside. 1-1 count. But at least the Mariners ended up coming back in game number 2 against Baltimore. We easily could have gotten swept. Had a great time, went to the arcade, played a number of games. We beat the Simpsons, ended up getting pizza afterwards, which was great. And then ended up getting a short line, the shortest line that we've ever had at Voodoo. And we only had to wait probably about 15 or 20 minutes. But after we got in line, there was about 30 people that came right after us. So the line would have been probably an hour wait. And at that point, we would have said probably fuck it. But it was the first time that we attempted to wait in line for about 5 years. And it definitely felt good to get those. Throw to first. What kind of throw is that? Aaron Judge is safe at first. Yeah, I figured I would, take a video, just a short one, like 30 seconds. And they had other options that were, not in the display case, but those were a good amount of what they were doing for that particular day. Sometimes they'll have specials and have some things that, they'll do, for that particular month or whatnot. But obviously some of their specialty ones, like the bacon maple, fantastic. The Homer, they have a Pop-Tart one that's jelly filled that I ended up getting. They have the one dirt where it's like Oreo cookie on the top with the Oreo cookie frosting with the donut, and the donuts are big too. They're about $4 a piece. So to get a dozen was like $48, but we just split it, so it was like $24 each, and that's kind of a lot. For 6 donuts for $24 is a shitload, but again, they're about twice the size of a regular donut, and they're specialty donuts, so I get it. It's not like you're going to go to Safeway or Winco or Costco and get a donut like that. So it was worth the wait. We didn't have to wait too long. The area of town that it's in, they even have their own security guard, which is kind of crazy. They didn't used to have a security guard down there, but again, sometimes you're going to have some crazies out there. Some of them, you're going to have, some of the questionable people, out there and whatnot. But, like I said, I felt safe. It's not like I feel like, my life is threatened in that particular area and whatnot. And it was definitely worth the wait. But it was kind of funny. We did get approached, by this girl. She had a $5 bill, and she's like, "Can I buy one of your donuts?" And if we hadn't had one in 5 years, I would have just given her one. But again, she just didn't want to wait in line. And then she kept asking and asking. We just tried to politely say no. And then she went off on us and went all crazy on us and then yelled at us and then walked away. But, if she would have had a better, honest approach about it, maybe we would have given her one, or maybe he would have given her one and I would have given her one. But again, you can kind of tell, if people are being fake or disingenuous. And, it was all about the approach that she had. And so, after we said no and then she screamed and yelled, it's like, we knew we made the right decision there. So, like, she just didn't want to wait in line. I don't blame her, you know what I mean? But again, it's like, if you haven't had something in 5 years, I'm not going to give that up. They're too good to give up. Pitch in the zone for a strike, 1-2 count. Oh, they have everything. Bottom of the third, 2-0 Yankees. Like, they have literally every flavor that you could possibly think of in there. And like I said, just in that case alone, I don't know, 20 to 25 different kinds. They have obviously custom kinds. And, I don't know how many total that they run in that store, but I would say probably safe to say 40 to 50 different types. Some that have, filling in, some don't, but everything is fantastic. And, there's nothing that tastes bad. Like, either it's a 9 or it's a 10. There's nothing that's, especially if you're going to be paying that much. So. Let's go to the top of the fourth, 2-0 New York. Julio in the box in the top of the fourth, 2-2 count. Come on, Julio. Good eye there, Julio. Julio pops up. Should be a routine play there. Soto, one away. Come on, Julio, we need you, baby. New photo added, and we got to get you going. Next up, big dumper, catcher Cal Raleigh. Pitches low and out of the zone for a ball. Yeah, still quite a few, suspect individuals. You're always going to see, homeless and, and people that looked a little sketch and whatnot. But, again, most of the time, if you just mind your own business and you just, you're just doing your own thing, you'll be fine and whatnot. Sometimes you'll get approached. But again, if the girl was a little bit more just, honest and real about things, you know what I mean? Like, maybe we would have given something up, but, again, it's all about waiting in line. And, usually you have to wait 30 minutes to an hour, sometimes longer, right? So, it's time is money, right? And again, if you're not willing to wait in line, it's like almost the, extra $1 for a donut's not worth it. Because again, the whole point is like, you're not going to wait in line for an hour and buy one donut or like two, even though sometimes people do that. Like, it just makes sense that even if you're not a huge donut person, to buy at least 6 or 12. So that way, when you're waiting in line for 30 minutes to an hour, that it actually ends up being worth your time. And then you'll have something later that night or in the morning for the next day. And man, let me tell you, those all the ones that I ended up getting were fantastic. best donuts I've ever had, and definitely got to try a few that I've never tried before, and they were money. Big swing and a miss for Cal. 2 away. Next up in the cleanup spot for the first time in 2024, well-deserved left fielder Luke Raley. And Luke has had 2 3-hit games as of recently. Already has a hit today, 1 for 1, trying to be able to get another 3-hit night, and we're probably going to need it. And hopefully one of his hits later today will be a homer, because it's going to be very difficult. We're going to have to wait for Stroman to get out before we start raking. 1-0 pitch to Raley. Pitches inside, 2-0 count. But it was a good day. You know, I haven't had a cheat meal. I haven't got a chance to hang out with my best friend in quite some time. And, you know, we got to indulge and have a couple drinks and, you know, have some video game time. You know, played quite a few, stayed in there for 2 to 3 hours, you know, ended up having some good pizza, and then ended up, you know, finishing the night off with the voodoo, and then took a nice long walk with Paisley when I got home. It was the perfect day, and I got a chance to watch the last 3 innings of the Mariners when we were eating pizza, and we ended up seeing a great comeback. So it was the perfect day. 2-2 pitch to Raley. Chopper towards first. DeSoto runs it to the bag, and that is the end of the top of the 4th inning. Let's go to the bottom of the 4th. Let's see who's up there for New York. Shout out to all the people watching on Twitter/X as well as YouTube. If you haven't smashed the like button just yet, please do. You know, 20 to 30 likes will really help us in the algorithm. And again, we always try to shoot for 100 and donos on every single stream. Next up for the Yankees, 0 for 1, DHing for New York, Giancarlo Stanton. Batting second, 0 for 1, first baseman Anthony Rizzo. And batting third, 0 for 1, second baseman Gleyber Torres. Yeah, and again, we've tried going every year, like, you know, once or twice a year we go down. Like, we try to go downtown like once a month or once every 2 months, but every time we usually do like video games, food, you know, and then we go to the Blazer game. But then if the Blazers are eliminated, then we, you know, figure out, okay, let's try for voodoo. But every time that we go down there, the line is too long. You know, anytime you see 20 or 30 people in line, there's already 5 or 10 people in there. It's just, you know, not worth it. But we luckily got in, you know, when there was only like 5 people in line. We got in line, and then as soon as we got in line, like 20, 30 people showed up right after us. So if we didn't show up in line at that particular moment, then we probably wouldn't have got them. But I'm glad that we did. $2 holla. Appreciate you. Stacks on stacks, racks on racks, a little cactus jack, bang, bang. Let me know what you want to do for a photo or photos, and I got you. Appreciate you. 8 doll hairs, 92 to go. Wow. Clay Holmes, Andres Munoz, and Evan Phillips. 1.10, 1.73, and like 1.80. Wow. Next up in the box, Giancarlo Stanton. 2-0 Yankees, bottom of the 4th. Come on, Mariners. That's right down the middle. And again, it's like, even though, you know, our pitchers might get roughed up initially, you know, these bats need to heat up. You know, again, we can't score 4 runs or less. We're not going to be able to beat the quality good teams in Major League Baseball with 4 runs or less. It's another base knock. Giancarlo Stanton, nice one. Get the crowd off their feet. Next up, first baseman Anthony Rizzo. All right, Giancarlo, I see you. A former Cubby. Odin with the share there for me and the like. Appreciate that. Thank you, Odin. There's another hit by Rizzo back to back. Brutal. Giancarlo's like, I'll get a single. Rizzo's like, I'll get a single. Next up, second baseman Gleyber Torres. Ooh, nice name drop there. And obviously I sent you that we have 6 in the top 100 now, which is exciting. We got a bright future, to have 6 of the top 100 minor league players in the Seattle Mariner organization. Some of those guys we're not going to see for 2 to 3 years, but some of them we may see in 1 to 2 years. Maybe not this season, but maybe next season for a couple of those guys, possibly. So I'll get you some of those photos here in a second. Chopper towards third, foul. Well, what do you listen to, Matt? You listen to like Kodak Black and like Lil Yachty, right? It's not all Taylor Swift when you work out. When you're listening to Taylor Swift, that's when you're drooling on the computer. So when you're working out, I highly doubt you're listening to Taylor Swift when you're working out. You're doing the Kodak Black and the Lil Yachty or that type of music. So little force out to second. 1 away. Unless you got like Taylor Swift Shake It Off as one of your songs, but I assume it's normally going to be trap music or hip hop. Next up for the Yankees, bottom of the fourth, runners on the corners, 0 for 1 with a ground out in the second. Catcher, Jose Trevino. Pitch is low and outside, 2-0 count. Pitch is outside, 3-0 count. And he walked him. Uh-oh. Now going to the mound to try to settle down his players. That leadership, man. All right, see if I can squeeze some of these photos in. I even got a Harry Ford in here for you, too. One of our prospects. Lazaro Montes. Lazaro. And how about Harry Ford? Let's go. Can't wait to see some of these guys get called up. I'm always looking to see, what we can get, out of these young guys. You never know what young guy might end up being, the next big thing, to help us win. So bottom of the fourth, bases loaded with 1 out. We need a double play bad. And we get it. Let's go. That would have been really bad. The game would have been over right there if they would have got a base hit, more than likely. That would have ended up being 4-0, 5-0. So big double play there. Rojas, Demo, Ty France, bang, bang. There we go. Hell yeah. End of the fourth inning, 2-0 Yankees. We still got a chance. Lazaro Montez. Lazaro Montez. Harry Ford, baby. All right, let's see who's up here for the Mariners. Next up for Seattle, 0 for 1, Mitch Haniga. Batting second this inning, 0 for 0 with a base on ball. Shortstop in the 6-hole, Demo Dylan Moore. And batting third, 0 for 1, right fielder today, Dominic Canzone. Nice. I'm still watching Sons of Anarchy right now. Still haven't got a chance to rewatch Fallout from the very beginning, but I'm getting pretty close. But again, we have a lot of shows coming in June that are going to keep me busy each week. They got something new and exciting to be able to watch. So I'm kind of running out of time if I want to rewatch. But I can watch Fallout in a night or 2 nights. I can watch 4 episodes in a night, and then I can watch 4 episodes the next night and complete it. So let me kind of delete some of these other ones here, make some more room. But updated top 100, Cole Young, number 37, infielder. Colt Emerson, number 39, infielder. Catcher Harry Ford, number 51. And then number 83, Lazaro Montez in the outfield. We need another good, solid outfielder. Tyler Locklear, infielder, number 98. That's new. And Johnny Formello, outfielder. That is new as well. So very cool to see us, progressing in that direction. Now we just need some runs and hits here today. Right. Seriously, though. That's crazy, right? Like to see, and then also Adley Rutschman is going to be like the most, popular player on the Orioles. But Gunnar Henderson, he might end up having some MVP votes, sooner than later. He might end up leading Major League Baseball in homers. The guy is phenomenal. And again, it's like I know Adley Rutschman went to Oregon State and, won college baseball championships. He's an amazing player, right? But again, I don't think people realize how good Gunnar Henderson really is and how good the rest of that roster is. When you're going from 1 through 9, there's not a lot of weak links, in the pitching staff and the bullpen as closers, and they're 1 through 9. I mean, they are very solid. Top of the 5th, 1 out, 2-0 Yankees in the box. Demo Dylan Moore. Demo pops up. Could be a routine play to Aaron Judge. Yes, it is. 2 away. Next up, right fielder Dominic Canzone. Come on, Dom. Come on, Dom. Pitch is outside. 0-1 count. Still gets a strike on that call, though. Okay. Popped up. Wow, Verdugo. They lost it in the lights, but no problem. Go to the bottom of the 5th, 2-0 Yankees. 2 runs, 4 hits, no errors for New York. 0 runs, only 1 hit, and 1 error. Tough. Verdugo doubled the right. Judge scored and Soto scored to give him the 2-0 lead in the bottom of the 1st. And it's been pretty clean, for both teams from that point on. So you would think once the starting pitching goes out, then the game will open up. Next up for the Yankees, back at the top of the order again, 0 for 1, shortstop Anthony Volpe. Batting second, 0 for 2 with a run and a K, right fielder Juan Soto. And batting third, 1 for 2 for a run, center fielder Aaron Judge. He's kind of good. I feel the thumb turned out pretty good too. I had a choice between using that circular Yankee logo in the corner or the NY, but I figured that NY with the S would look better, and I had to get a couple opinions on it, but I think it turned out pretty damn well. And I got a couple images of Aaron Judge and Giancarlo Stanton together that I could use on some of the thumbs since we have 3 more games with the Yankees, so I'll have to decide what I want to use. And if you haven't smashed the like button just yet, please do. We need 2 more people, 1 more person to get to 15, 6 more to get to 20. We're roughly about halfway through the game at this point. We got 31 people watching, Twitter/X as well as YouTube. So 6 more people to be able to hit the goal. Hopefully we can get that before the game ends. Chop foul. And I always like trying to be able to give gifts to my buddy Justin since, he is my best friend. So I figured, let me hook him up with something special, and again, a lot of my collection will go to him just because I know that he won't sell it and he'll cherish it. And I was thinking, what have I not given him? And I've given him a lot of Blazer stuff, Broncos stuff, and some Mariner stuff. So I figured, what? I got a couple graded Ichiro rookie cards. I think I had 5 that I bought in 2001 in Ichiro's rookie year. And I figured, I could part with one of them. So I ended up giving him one of my Ichiro rookies, Gem Mint 10s, Bowman. Not worth an insane amount. It's a decent amount, but I figured it would be a cool little gift for him to start off, and he doesn't have any Ichiros, let alone Ichiro rookies or graded. So it always makes me feel good when I can do something like that, knowing that it's going to go to a good home and he can put it on his dresser and have something like that. So luckily I have 2 more left, so it's not like I don't have any Ichiros left. So bottom of the 5th, 2-0 Yankees. Anthony Volpe 0 for 1. Logan Gilbert 58 pitches, 2-2 count to Volpe. Come on, Walter, let's go. We just need some fucking hits and some run support. Demo to Ty France, 1 away. Because the thing is when you're not getting hits, let alone getting runs, but you can't, you're not getting hits. 2-0 to most people, it doesn't seem like a big lead. But when you can't hit and it's the bottom of the 5th, it might as well be 8-0. That's how it feels. That you're not going to be able to come back. But once these starting pitchers go out, hopefully we can find a way to get some rhythm. But, with 1 hit by the 5th inning, 2-0 kind of feels like 4-0 or 5-0 or more, or 8-0. Even though we know it's not 8-0, but it feels like it. As you see the Yankees get hit after hit after hit. Yeah, they might leave some stranded, but at least they're getting hits. Juan Soto with 1, making it look easy out there. All right, I see you, Juan. That's a big part of the Yankees' success in 2024 compared to 2023, adding, this big 3-headed monster of Soto, Judge, and Giancarlo Stanton. And then if one of the big 3 gets hurt, there'll be 2 others to pick up the slack. All rise. Next up, Aaron Judge. Judge single to right, Soto to second. Golly. Makes it look so easy out there, Aaron Judge. That's why he's one of the best baseball players in the world, right? With Shohei Ohtani. Next up, the former Red Sox left fielder, Alex Verdugo. Yeah, what could have been, right? This is Matt right here. He's like, I need this all day, every day. JP Crawford at 16. I'm going to refresh my stuff here. There we go. 1-1 count to Verdugo. 2-0 Yankees, bottom of the fifth. Runners at first and second with one out. 1-1 pitch from Gilbert to Alex Verdugo. Wow, right past Logan Gilbert, right past Rojas. Julio bobbles it. Now, Julio, what's up with your defense, bro? Unbelievable. 3-0 Yankees. Julio needs to focus. I feel like the pressure to get home runs, right, is affecting his, not only his home runs, but his base hits, but it's also carrying over to the lack of focus on defense and base running. And those are normally things that we don't have to ever worry about with Julio. But now it seems like he's getting sloppy, with defense, sloppy in base running. And again, if you want to be, a Hall of Fame player, again, you need to be better. We can't have all of your statistical categories go down the shitter just because you're not in the zone hitting home runs anymore. You can still be a good base hitter, and a singles hitter. But again, if you're putting so much pressure on yourself to be able to hit home runs and to be able to get base knocks, and then now I can't trust you playing defense or running the bases properly. I mean, that's kind of where we're at right now. DP, nice double play there by the Mariners to get out of the inning. The damage is done, 3-0 Yankees, but it could have been much worse. Could have been 4 or 5. And again, 3-0, based on how the game has gone so far, it feels like 6-0, right? They have 7 hits, 3 runs. We literally have 1 hit and 2 errors. We have more errors than hits. Come on, Julio. Come on now. But if you've noticed, I get it. There's a lot of pressure and a lot of critics and a lot of people, that want to keep spewing that he's overrated and we overpaid, this and that. And again, we want to make sure that, this guy is a big piece of our franchise. But again, it's up to Julio to put in the extra work, and put in that extra focus instead of just being like, well, I'm Julio, I'm a superstar, and eventually I'm going to get hot. And that might happen. But again, we want to make sure that you're an all-around player, not just a singles hitter or not just a power home run hitter. We still need you to play great defense. We saw you rob a home run a couple games ago, which ended up being one of the best plays of the year. But again, some of those routine grounders, where you're bobbling it and whatnot, and then it ends up bringing in a run, that shit is unexcusable. You overrunning the bags and not paying attention to the third base coach or the other players, that are, running the bags. You need to know where you're at and everyone else is at. And it just seems like the lack of focus is been a big trend here for Julio Rodriguez in 2024. It's one thing to be not a home run hitter this year. Fine, we can live with that. as you know, eventually when you can get singles and doubles, and again, we're not going to get 30 or 40 home runs at this point. We're going to be happy with maybe 15 to 18 by the end of the year. And I don't even know if he'll get that. He's at 2 right now. But again, if you're, unfocused, and you're putting too much pressure on yourself, of course, you're not playing loose. You're not playing fun. You're playing with all this added weight on your shoulders, and it shows because you're fucking up. It seems like on a regular basis now, and I'm not used to seeing that from Julio Rodriguez. So hopefully he'll be able to figure it out. Little chopper towards first, a little flip, 1 away. That was too easy. Come on, guys, work the bags. Work the pitches. Focus. Next up, third baseman, Luis Urias. But again, you got Yankees, you got the Orioles, you got the Rangers, you got the Mariners, you got the Guardians, you got the Royals, and you got the Twins, right? And on the National League side, you got the Braves, you got the Dodgers, you got the Phillies, you got the Cubs, and you got the Brew Crew and the Brewers. There's going to be other teams that move up and down. But again, at this point, we're kind of on the outside looking in compared to the upper echelon. Again, once J.P. Crawford gets back in the lineup and we can get some of our other guys healthy, maybe we can get on, the Yankees and Oriole level, but we're not there yet. That's for damn sure. And he punched him out. That pitch was wide, a foot off the plate, but they say, fuck it. Let's just call it strike 3. Fuck my life, huh? Next up, second baseman, 0 for 2, Hollywood, Josh Rojas. Come on, Hollywood. That wasn't even close. Stroman going 6 innings here. And I knew it was going to be tough today, but I did not expect 1 hit through 6 innings. This is embarrassing. And Stroman is a good player, but he's got a kind of an equal record to Logan Gilbert and equal ERA. It's not like Logan Gilbert's 3-2 with a 3.07 ERA going into today, right? Marcus Stroman going into today is 3-2, 3.33 ERA. So technically, Logan Gilbert has got a little bit better of an ERA, same record, but I mean, based on what we're seeing here today, Marcus Stroman looks like he's 5-0 with an ERA of 2.50 or something like that. So, and they're at home, and they're not going to lose too many at home this year, especially if you got Soto, Judge, and Stanton in the lineup on top of Volpe, Verdugo, Rizzo, Torres, and even the guys at the bottom, Trevino and Berti, are still batting pretty good averages at the bottom of the lineup. You could say, well, those guys suck at the bottom of the lineup. They really don't. Trevino's batting 281 for the season. Berti in the 9 holes, 265. That's a lot better than some of the guys that we have on our roster. A lot of our guys are closer to 200 rather than closer to 260 to 300. 2-2 pitch is low, 3-2 count. Come on, Mariners. Top of the 6th, 3-0 Yankees, 2 outs, 3-2 count. Marcus Stroman to Hollywood Josh Rojas. Rojas, line drive. And right to Juan Soto's mitt. Go figure. Go to the bottom of the 6th, 3-0 Yankees. Well, hopefully all of the games in the 4-game set aren't like this. This is going to be a tough 4 games to be able to call if they're all going to be like this. Next up, 1 for 2, first baseman Anthony Rizzo. Batting second, 0 for 2, second baseman Gleyber Torres. And batting third, 0 for 1 with a base on ball, catcher Jose Trevino. Come on, Mariners, wake up. All right, we need 4 more people, 3 more people to hit the goal, and we'll be at 20. We're at 17 right now. So if you haven't smashed the like button just yet, please do. And then as soon as we get to 20, we'll try to get to 25. Let's go, baby. Still not over yet. Once Stroman goes out, we're going to have a chance. But again, to get 3 runs based on only having 1 hit up to this point, we're going to have a monster 7th or 8th inning, and I'm not sure if we're going to get it. I'm hoping that we'll find a way to get a little bit of a rally, but there hasn't been anything that has shown that we're going to. Sarah in the building. How are you? (3-0) Yankees in the bottom of the 6th. Next up, first baseman Anthony Rizzo, the former Cub. That's how you get good. You spend money. I wish the Mariners could be like the Yankees, getting guys like Juan Soto that even though it's a lot of money, he's worth it. He's made a huge difference on this roster. It's the perfect fit, even a better fit than when he was on the Padres. Because on the Padres, I'm not sure if it was really a fit, when you had Manny Machado and you had Fernando Tatis Jr. I feel like this is a better fit and a better role, and he's having a fantastic year. Volpe, Soto, Judge, Verdugo, Stanton, Rizzo, Torres. Ridiculous. I mean, the only people that you could say that might be like replaceable, is Trevino and Berti, and even those guys are playing well this year. It's rubbing off. When you have that kind of talent, 1 through 7, the guys in the 8 and the 9 hole, they don't want to be the liability. They don't want to be the lost cause. New York is just wheeling and dealing. Pitch is low and outside, 2-2 count. Rizzo hit his 300th career home run on April 28th at the Brewers and the Brew Crew. Rizzo just barely foul. Count remains 2-2. 263 career average, 302 homers, 953 ribbies, and 1,614 hits for Anthony Rizzo in his career. Two-two pitch. And another hit for Rizzo. What's new? Nice hit there by Rizzo. Next up, second baseman, 0 for 2, Gleyber Torres. Tomorrow's starters, Brian Wu versus Clark Schmidt. Fucking A. Clark Schmidt, 5-1 with a 2.49 ERA. Brian Wu, 1-0 with 2 starts with a .93 ERA. But golly, that's a lot of pressure for Brian Wu, let me tell you. But, I mean, the way that Luis Castillo, George Kirby, and Bryce Miller have been pitching, maybe Brian Wu can actually do well, get 8 to 10 Ks and give us a chance. But, again, the bats have to, they're going to have to open up, because even if Brian Wu gets 10 Ks tomorrow, and we get 1 hit, we're going to lose. So hopefully we can find a way to get good balance here in this series. I hope that we don't get swept. Yeah, we just played the Orioles in Baltimore, and we only won 1 out of 3. And the one game that we won, we had to come back from behind to win. So, I mean, Gunnar Henderson is playing like an MVP. Adley Rutschman is ridiculous. Their roster, even their guys that are low in the order, in the 6, 7, 8, 9 hole are still fucking solid. They play great as a team. They play loose. They play for each other. They're young and up and coming. Like I said, I wouldn't be shocked if we see the Orioles in the World Series in the next 5 years, and it could be this year. I mean, obviously, the New York Yankees and the Rangers and, Mariners and a few others, the Guardians, we're going to have something to say about that, but, they are very exciting to watch. It's just hard to watch when your team gets beat up by them. They got a great crowd, too. A lot of struggling years, since the Cal Ripken era, for Mr. Iron Man himself. So it's always nice that when you go through a drought and then you end up drafting well, and then you can kind of see the farm system panning out, then you end up getting something like the Baltimore Orioles, where the payroll is low, farm system one of the best, and their guys are actually playing for each other and panning out. So, wild pitch, Rizzo to second. Gilbert's getting tired. I don't blame him. So Lou, those got leaked about a week ago, but then they've been promoting the photos a couple days. Pretty cool. Pitches high in the zone. Trevino wanted to go to first base for the walk. Hold your horses, my guy. Fuck it, I'm going to go to first. Like, sub, donate, comment, share. Help your boy out. Bottom of the sixth, 3-0 New York. Runner at second, one away. Count is full. 3-2 pitch from Gilbert to Jose Trevino. Chopped right over Gilbert's head. Throw to first. 2 away. Next up for New York, third baseman John Berti. It's funny too, after I posted, the Voodoo Donuts, on some of the socials, I had quite a few people saying, damn, now I want donuts. Right to Julio. There we go. Nice for Julio not to drop it there. End of the sixth inning, 3-0 New York. I don't know what's going on with outfielders, this year, but I feel like I've seen more errors by big-time players than I've ever seen in the last 5 to 10 years. Like even guys like Ronald Acuna Jr., there's been like routine pop-ups to center field, right field, and he just drops it. Like it hits his mitt and then it just goes to the grass or the turf. I'm just like, I don't know. I mean, I get it if it's bright and you get blinded by the lights or the sun, but if you're not, like what's the excuse for that? And I get it. Baseball's tough. It's one of the hardest sports to play. And defense in baseball is extremely tough. But for guys that are getting paid, millions and millions of dollars that are also considered one of the top 5, 10, 15, 20 players in baseball, you don't expect to see guys drop routine pop-ups. And I just feel like we've seen a lot more errors in the outfield than ever before. I don't know what the reasoning is for it, lack of focus or maybe blinded by the sun or the lights, but it's happened more than once. And quite a few big-name players have struggled in the outfield. So we'll see if that ends up getting better as the season goes along. End of the sixth inning, 3-0 New York. Time for the Mariners to get some fucking runs, huh? When the game started. The game now. Come on, baby. Can we get more than one hit? I mean, is that all we're good for? Is one hit? One? Come on, baby. Next up for the Mariners, 0 for 2, center fielder, Julio Rodriguez. I got a brand new photo for you, Julio, that I'm debuting. Let's go. Batting second, big dumper, catcher Cal Raleigh. And batting third, left fielder Luke Raley. And again, like we mentioned on every stream multiple times, make sure you're taking care of your mental health. Addiction, depression, anxiety are things that we go through on the daily. Make sure you're having a positive routine. So when you feel like you're slipping into the darkness, make those adjustments, exercise, go for a walk, listen to music, hang out with friends, spend time with your pets. You'd be really surprised if you start adding some positive things to your routine, and it'll help you get out of the darkness much sooner and keep you on a positive routine moving forward for the rest of the week or possibly rest of the month. Top of the seventh, 3-0 New York. 0 for 2 with a ground out and a fly out for Julio. Stroman still in the game. Jammed him, pitched inside, right to Aaron Judge. One away. Oh, Julio. Rough. Next up, 0 for 2 with 2 Ks. Big dumper, catcher Cal Raleigh. Come on, Cal. Big swing and a miss. 0-1 count. Getting a Cal Raleigh homer, it would at least stop the bleeding, and get us to 1, and then that way that we can try to come back. Giants fan, appreciate you. Pitches outside, 1-1 count. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. Reflect with a 3-er. Stacks on stacks, racks on racks, a little cactus jack, bang, bang, $3 holla. Let me know what you want to do for a photo or photos, and I got you. We're at 11, 89 to go. Appreciate you. (33-15) record, 16-6 at home, and it shows you, bringing in Juan Soto, has been huge for them. Because again, normally you're going to have Aaron Judge or Giancarlo Stanton at some point of the season miss a couple games, or maybe miss a couple weeks depending on the injury. Probably more Giancarlo Stanton than Judge, unless he runs into the wall like he did in Los Angeles last year. Hope that doesn't happen. But again, now you're seeing Volpe step up, and Rizzo and everybody else. The team is solid, but really what's going to help them the most is going to be their pitching. It's like you got the solid hitting, and everyone is believing that they can win, but also you got to be able to have good pitching, guys other than Garrett Cole that can step up, and they've definitely gotten some good production out of their pitchers this season for New York. Top of the 7th, 3-0 Yankees. David in the building. What's good, brother? 2-2 pitch. Cal pops it up. Foul. 2-2 count. Come on, baby. A couple more likes to get to 20 and to hit the goal. Help us out. We need 3 more. If you haven't smashed the like button just yet, please do. 2 more. That probably was David. Appreciate you, David. 2 more to get to goal, and then we'll be at 20. 3-2 pitch. Strike 3 looking. Fuck! Bottom of the zone, too. Damn it. It's okay, Cal. I still love you. Next up, left fielder Luke Raley. 1 for 2. The only person that is doing anything for the Mariners. Come on, baby. I mean, when we talk about one-hitters, we talk about that like with pitching, where you're like, oh, the pitcher got a one-hitter. It's not good when you have a one-hitter, and that's your guys obviously in the batter's box. One hitter for a pitcher is great. One hitter for a team in the batter's box is terrible. I mean, the only thing worse would be a no-hitter, and we're essentially there. 297 average, 3 home runs, and 11 ribbies for Raley. And he's getting close to giving us the second person on Seattle to be batting over 300. Luke has been hot. 12 hits in the last 7 games, 8 singles, 2 doubles, and a couple home runs. One pitch inside, 2-1 count. And I like the way that Luke works the count. He's one of those guys, no expectations. We got him in the trade. And obviously, you got Garb, you got Polanco, but they're not playing every day anymore. Obviously Polanco is hurt. And then Garb obviously was a scratch today. So nice to be able to see maybe the guy that was least likely to do anything. Even though we ended up trading for Caballero, to the Rays, but that was an amazing trade. There we go. Hell yeah, Luke. And again, there's no Mariner fan that says, damn, I wish we still had Caballero on the team. It says no one ever. So I'm glad that we made that move. And Luke Raley is really the only player for the Mariners that's doing anything. He's got both of the hits so far. Can we get someone to join him, please? Nice job, Luke. Right in between the first baseman and the shortstop. Great job. Next up, DHing for the Mariners, Mitch Haniga. Come on, Mitch. Don't let us down here. Come on, Mitch. Haniger swings at the first pitch. Routine play for Aaron Judge. And the Luke Raley hit goes for nothing. Brutal. Brutal, baby. Well, it's going to be us or Ohio State, so I mean, there's a pretty good chance that we're going to win it. And if we don't, we're going to get second place. So, I mean, unless we end up having a bunch of big injuries, but if everyone stays healthy, we should be able to get first or second. At the very worst, third, but then that would mean like Dylan Gabriel got hurt or something, and we had to throw in, some of the others and something like that. But I think that, our goal is to win the Big Ten the very first year and every year that we're there. And if we don't win it, we want to get second. So we got new standards, obviously, going to the Big Ten. And again, it's going to be about recruiting, and the teams that recruit the best are going to be able to, and the people that get the most activity in the portal, are going to be at the top. So that doesn't mean that Michigan or Penn State or USC and some of these other teams, Iowa and Wisconsin and a few others aren't going to be good. But if you're just looking at the transfer portal, you're looking at the 5-star, 4-star, 3-star recruits, who we have as coach. And obviously if you have some, solid pieces that that are going to be there at least, for short term, it's definitely going to help us out. Especially if Dan Lanning ends up staying for like 10 years, that will do more for the Oregon program than any player that we bring in. Because if we end up having the same coach for the next 10 years and he ends up being successful, that'll be kind of like a Nick Saban effect, where we're going to end up getting a lot of people that are going to want to hop over and join us in Eugene. But if he ends up leaving in 3 to 4 years, if Kirby Smart gets the axe and they want to steal Dan Lanning away from us, then we're going to have to start over, just like a lot of other teams, and then we won't be in the top 2. We'll probably be 3rd, 4th, 5th, or 6th in the Big Ten. We're not going to be able to stay at the top if Lanning leaves, unless we end up getting someone on that level, which is probably not that likely, but it's possible. All right, let's go to the bottom of the 7th. Back at the top of the lineup, shortstop 0 for 2, Anthony Volpe. Batting second, 1 for 3 with 2 runs and a K, right fielder Juan Soto. And batting third, 2 for 3 with a run, center fielder Aaron Judge. Court is in session. All rise. Kirby Snead in the game. Yeah, Ohio State is great, though. So, again, to even be a new team going into a conference and being able to possibly win it is unheard of. Like, when's the last time you heard teams that joined a new conference that actually had a chance to win it? It's like you're going to have Texas and Oklahoma, going over to Alabama and Georgia, right? Do you really think that, Texas or Oklahoma? Texas is going to be one of the top 5 teams like Oregon. But for them to leapfrog Alabama and Georgia, I'm not sure. I'm not sure we're ever going to see that unless recruiting gets really good for Texas in the next 5 years. But for Oregon and Ohio State, I feel that's a little bit more even. There's a gap between Texas and Georgia, but the gap between Ohio State and Oregon, I feel, is dead even. I feel it's 50-50. It could really go either way. And even though that they've been the cream of the crop with Michigan at the top, again, it's going to be up to recruiting, keeping the head coach there, and obviously the transfer portal will be key because there's no more loyalty in sports, in professional or in college. Bottom of the 7th, 3-0 New York. 0-1 pitch to Volpe from Kirby Snead. Pitches outside, 1-1 count. For real, though. Yep. And we got to make sure we kick the field goals. Don't try to turn into Chip Kelly. Be yourself, It's okay to be conservative if you got a good defense. Take the points. Take what the defense is going to give you, Big facts. I believe that 100%. So. Throw to first. Safe. So for a designated hitter, back in the day, we had 2 leagues, American League and National League. So for one of the leagues back in the day, they had a pitcher hit. right? So he would pitch and he would hit. And then in the other league, it would be a DH where that wouldn't happen. And people would say that's unfair, to have the pitcher hit because most pitchers can't hit, right? Some of them can hit decent, and some of them ended up hitting home runs and making some big plays. But then they finally decided to have a DH, a designated hitter, for the pitcher in both leagues. So that way that you don't have to worry about the pitcher getting injured to make a hit. And then when the game is going on, and then let's say a player is struggling, then if they substitute a player for another player, it's called a pinch hitter. And they also have something called a pinch runner. So let's say the pinch hitter, substitutes for a guy that went 0 for 3, and then he gets a base hit, and he's like fat and slow or something, right? Then they can do a pinch runner for the guy that just was the pinch hitter. So you can go like that. So there's pinch hitters and pinch runners that can come in for players when they're not doing well, or they can do it for strategy. Left hand, right hand batter, things of that nature. So. But it took them a long, long time to get to a point where both, American League and National League had a designated hitter. For years and years and years and years, one had a designated hitter and the other one had a pitcher hitting in like the 9-hole, which is extremely unfair. Unless the pitcher is an amazing hitter, but, let's be honest, out of, 30 teams, how many pitchers were actually solid? Maybe you would have, 5 or 10 pitchers total that could maybe get a base hit 1 out of every 3 or 4 at-bats, maybe, and every once in a while, maybe a home run. And some guys would have career days where they would go like 2 for 4 for like a home run and like a single or double. But realistically, most pitchers struck out. Most pitchers, popped up, grounded out. So it was like almost a wasted batter. And also you fear the pitcher getting hurt, because if he ends up straining himself with the swing, then that guy gets injured. So that's kind of the breakdown, if that makes sense. Intentional walk. Yeah, intentional walk is when you see a player like Aaron Judge and you're like, hell no. And then you just automatically, pitch 4 balls outside, and then the guy goes automatically to first. So, there's no purpose of the batter to swing, because they know that, they're just giving the guy a free base because they're intimidated that he might hit a home run or get an RBI. So they pretty much just say, we respect how good you are, and we're going to pitch, we're going to walk you, and we're going to go to the next batter. But sometimes karma's a bitch. And when you end up doing that, then the next batter that gets up that they feel they can get out, then that guy gets a big hit or a home run. So, there's always strategies involved. So Anthony Volpe, 10 for 11 in stolen bags this season. Volpe stole second there. Are they trying to review it? We're going to take a look at it. Might have got him in the back or the butt. Maybe the butt cheek or the back, but well, obviously 3 strikes are out, and then 4 balls is a walk. So you're not really going to have a strikeout on 4 balls. You strike out with 3 strikes, right? And then you have 4 balls to get the walk. So you're never really going to have a situation where, you're going to have, that looks like he's out. He might have got him on the left butt cheek right there. He might have got him on the bum. That's close. So if they strike out, it'll be strike 3, So like the most that you're going to have is a 3-2 count, 3 balls, 2 strikes. And then once it goes to 3 balls, 2 strikes, a full count, it's either going to be ball 4, a walk, or strike 3. Nice. We got him on the butt cheek. Got him on the bum. I thought that they might have got him on the bum. It looked like it, but again, they had to do the replay. The Yankees fans are booing, but it's clear he got him on the butt cheek right before his gloves hit the second base bag there. I mean, it's a bang play, but I think it's the right call. Oh, you're good. Bottom of the 7th, 3-0 Yankees. Next up, 2 for 2. 2-2 pitch to Juan Soto, 1 for 3 today. Pitch is low, 3-2 count. And let me know what you want to do for photos reflect, if there's anything that you want. Nice. Heck yeah, man. I know that you like to complain about the Phillies being not that great, and some of the additions like Trey Turner, but this year is different. This year, you guys are starting off fast and furious, and, the Phillies look very, very strong. One of the best teams in Major League Baseball this year. And traditionally, Philadelphia does not start off strong. Usually they start off kind of bad, and then you hope that they get hot late. And when they ended up making the World Series a couple of years ago, that's what happened. But this year, they're like the Yankees. They're coming out just, guns a-blazing. And I imagine Philadelphia Philly fans are excited about that. Bottom of the seventh, runner at first, 1 out. 1-0 pitch from Kirby Snead to Aaron Judge. All rise. Pitch is low and outside, 2-0 count. .273 average, 13 homers, and 32 ribbies for Aaron. Pitch is low, into the dirt, 3-0 count. I assume this will be a walk. It's already 3-0. Snead does not have a good, location right now. 3-0 pitch, not even close. Pitch is outside. Aaron Judge with a walk. Next up for the Yankees, the former Red Sox left fielder, Alex Verdugo. Judah in the building. What's good? Pitch in the zone for a strike. Have we hit 20 likes yet? How close are we? Judah can smash the like button for us and get us a little closer. Where are we at? We need 2 more people to smash the like button. 1 more person to smash the like button, and then we're going to be at the goal. We're at 19. Appreciate you, Judah. Sorry about your Bruins, bro. A lot of teams ended up getting their hearts broken, and not only in the NHL playoffs, but the NBA playoffs. I mean, look at the Denver Nuggets. Look at the New York Knicks at home in Game 7, and you can't even win. So it shows like how crazy things are. But this might be like the weakest 4 in the NBA. As far as the NHL is concerned, I think the NHL playoffs are going to be better than the NBA. But when you're looking at the 4 teams, on the NBA side, it's not looking too hot. It's like the Mavericks and the T-Wolves. Then you hope that the T-Wolves end up making it. That would end up making sense. So at least you end up having a couple individuals there, like Ant, being able to show off his superstar status, and maybe you're a Luka or Kyrie person, right? But then the Pacers, making it in Boston, I don't know. It's like Boston might end up winning the championship, but this is like the weakest 4 teams to make it to the East-West final ever. I mean, Celtics, Pacers, that's lame. I mean, that's good for Boston. I mean, if you can't beat the Indiana, I don't know what to tell you. But, it'll pop up right in between 3 Mariners. What's new? But Pacers and the Celtics, that's kind of a lame series. And even the other one, with the T-Wolves and the Mavericks, that's slightly better because they have Luka and Kyrie, but it's kind of a snooze fest if you ask me. So it better end up being Celtics and T-Wolves, otherwise nobody's going to watch. Can you imagine if it ends up being Pacers and Mavs? Like, no one will watch. Like, who's going to watch that? Pacers, Mavs for the championship? It's terrible. But it is what it is. So I imagine that they will definitely officiate those games to make it T-Wolves and Celtics. And if it's T-Wolves, Celtics, that's decent. But I don't know. I feel like the NHL playoffs are going to be better. And Dallas kind of looks like they might be the team to beat. We'll see. They still got to end up representing the West, and they got one more team to be able to get by, and they're playing tonight in Game 7. So we'll see, with Edmonton and Vancouver with the Canucks and whatnot. But Dallas, if you got past Vegas and then you got the Golden Knights and you got past, Who? The Colorado Avalanche, and those are thorns in the side. Maybe this is Dallas's year. Like I said, they've been playing very, very well. It'll be up to Ottinger, and see how consistent he can be. But it definitely feels like the NHL playoffs are shaping up to be a little bit better matchup-wise than the NBA. So this is the best chance that the Celtics have had to be able to win a championship. The only problem is once you get past the Pacers and you've had a really easy route to get there, again, I'm not sure if the Celtics are going to be able to beat the T-Wolves if the T-Wolves make it. But again, they might. Maybe it'll be Celtics, T-Wolves, and it'll go 7 games, and it'll be awesome. But again, if we end up getting Pacers, Mavs, I think everyone will turn off the TV. So no offense to those two teams, but I mean, considering all the other teams that are in the NBA, I mean, the Pacers aren't really a draw, and even the Mavs and Luka and Kyrie are kind of boring. You know what I mean? It's like they got 2 guys that are going to be Hall of Famers, but they're not as good as people think. Like when you watch the Mavericks play, they're very hit or miss. Sometimes they play well, but other times they get blown out by 30. So 4 hits last night with Arkansas. Harry Ford, 353 average, 491 OBP, 612 slugging in the last 23 games. Triple in back-to-back games. Let's go. I have Venmo. I don't know if my PayPal is. Let me see. I think I have a PayPal somewhere on my apps on my phone somewhere, but usually Venmo, Cash App, or the Super Chat. I do have a PayPal account, but I don't even know when the last time I've used it. Or if it's, hold on, let me see. See if I can even remember my password for my PayPal. I mean, the only reason I use PayPal is for eBay, and I haven't bought anything in like a long, long time. I'm seeing if it'll let me open it up here. Hold on. All right, looks like I got the password right, supposedly. Double play. All right. Maybe they sent me a thing after I put in my password to see my code here. Okay, so I do. I have no PayPal rewards, and I got nothing in the balance there. So yeah, you can send it there if you like. Oh, first dono for Judah. Appreciate you, man. Okay, cool. What do you need from me on the PayPal side? So for me, it's just like my first and my last name, and then my email that shows like, for my like icon. I don't even have a photo on my PayPal. But let me know what you need from me. Unless you can just look me up like this. I appreciate that, Judah. So this is how it looks like on my PayPal. I don't know if you just my first name and my last name, and then underneath my first name and last name, then it just has my email, my first name, my last name, 24@gmail. And that's what it has. We can invite friends. We can be friends on PayPal, I guess, right? But let me know what you need on my end, and I got you. Thank you so much. Oh, thank you so much. That's very generous. And again, I got a lot of bills. So, that will definitely help, go towards, Paisley, dog food, internet bill, to be able to keep streaming and whatnot. So thank you so much, man. Let me know what you need from me and information-wise, and I'll give you anything that you need info-wise. I can't even remember the last time I did anything on that, but it's been a minute. I've used it, so. No, you're good. I got you. Top of the 8th, 3-0 Yankees. 0-2 pitch to Demo. Big swing and a miss. Struck him out. Story of the day, man. Marcus Stroman with 6 Ks, even though it feels like 12. Next up for the Mariners, right fielder, Dominic Canzone. Dom, back, gone! Boom! Let's go, Dom! Dirty Dom coming in and getting that solo dinger, first time in New York. Give him the fucking trident. Let's go, baby. Hell yeah. Bring that electricity. 3-1 Yankees. Can you imagine if we can find a way to come back after playing so terribly? You know, up to this point, we got 2 errors, only 3 hits. There he goes. We finally got a chance to, give him his exit. There goes Stroman, and they're going to bring in Weaver. Hell yeah. I wish we were able to get him out of the game in like the 6th inning, then maybe we could be at 3-2 right now. Or if we would have been able to have someone else on base, like if Demo would have been able to get a cheap single, then we would be down 3-2. But that's much better than getting shut out. Again, we've been getting dominated in this matchup. Trident's up, baby. Nice job, Dirty Dom. You the man, baby. You the man. Hell yeah. That's our guy, Dominic Canzone, baby. Trident's up, baby. Stacks on stacks, racks on racks, a little cactus jack, bang, bang, Dominic Canzone, baby, $3 holla. Popped up, went away. Sorry, I had to update some stuff there if Judah is going to be using that particular platform. So I think it had like one of my old cards on there on file, so I had to kind of substitute it there. So let's go, baby. JP Crawford, baby. Let's go. In the zone for a strike. Nice to see JP out there. And there was a rumor that we were going to be able to see him, in this particular series. We should have had him in the Orioles series, but he got hit on the wrist, on one of those last games right before he was supposed to make the move from AAA from the Tacoma Rainiers to the Baltimore Orioles. Big swing and a miss, struck him out. Tough for JP, but again, it's just nice to be able to see him back out there, and they're going to probably ease him slowly. So didn't get a hit, but I don't think anyone anticipated JP getting a hit there. Let's go to the bottom of the 8th. Yankees up 3-1. Nice to see you back, JP. He's got a great personality, as far as everyone on the team. Very likable. Very down to earth. All right, next up for the Yankees in the bottom of the 8th. 2 for 3, first baseman Anthony Rizzo. Batting second, 0 for 3, second baseman Gleyber Torres. And batting third, 0 for 2 with a base on ball, Jose Trevino. Let me know what you want to do, Reflect. I gotcha. One more for you. Hope you feel better. Bottom of the 8th, 3-1 Yankees. Bizzardo on the mound. Rizzo in the box. 2-1 count. 2 for 3 with 2 singles for Anthony Rizzo. Chopper towards first. Little flip. One away. Jason with $1. What do you want to see for a photo, Jason? I got you. Stacks on stacks, racks on racks, a little cactus jack. Bang, bang, $1 holla. Thank you, Jason. Jason's chipping in with a dollar at the beginning of the stream and another $1. Every dollar counts, baby. Appreciate you. I was going to say that could be like a McChicken or like a double cheeseburger or some nuggets, but hell, you can't even get nuggets or a burger for $1 anymore. Appreciate you. Next up for the Yankees, Gleyber Torres. 221 average, 2 home runs, and 11 ribbies in 2024. Glad that we got off the schneid and ended up getting a run. But again, we're going to need a miracle to be able to come back and at least tie this up somehow, some way. We got to be able to not have them give up anything else, and we have to get 2 in the 9th, which is asking a hell of a lot against this New York team. Come on, Bizzardo. And he walked him. Damn it. I'm not sure what one I like more, if I like that logo there with the NY or that one. This is just so dark on some of the photos, you just can't see it. Yeah, see, even the announcers are saying, like Dave Sims, he said, this feels like 10-1. It really does. Next up, Jose Trevino, 0 for 2 with a walk in the 4th. Pitch in the zone for a strike, 1-1 count. Jason said, get yourself some McDonald's, brother. Appreciate that, man. Stacks on stacks, racks on racks. A little Cactus Jack. Bang, bang. $5 holla. Appreciate you, man. All right, Judah. So it's my first name, my last name, so ORIONMIKULEC 24 at gmail.com. The Gmail. Ty France runs to first, 2 away. Get some Julio up here for Jason. He ended up going to the game and against the Baltimore Orioles and the Mariners and sent me some photos from the game. Glad that you had a good time. I mean, it would have been nice if the Mariners could have ended up winning more than just one game, but I appreciate you, man, very much. John Bertie in the box now. Appreciate you, Jason. Appreciate you, Judah. Bottom of the 8th, 3-1 Yankees. Runner at second, 2 outs. Bertie, 260 average, 1 homer, and 5 ribbies in 2024. Even the guy in the 9 hole is getting RBIs. That's when you know it's not going your day. It's not going well. It's rough. 4-1 Yankees. I mean, what an insult to injury when you got the 9 hole John Bertie getting a freaking RBI in the bottom of the 8th, just to pour salt into the wound of the Mariner fans like myself. Gleyber Torres was already in motion, running on that pitch. A little hit and run action. Next up for the Yankees, shortstop Anthony Volpe. Nice. It's like I said, it's hard to be able to, to get autographs and whatnot, or even selfies or photos, but at least some kind of interaction. Wow. Throw to second, said safe. Do we need a replay? Bertie stole second. That's awesome, man. But I love it when people will send photos, when they end up going to the game or whatever, wrestling or baseball, basketball, football, whatever it may be, WWE, AEW. I like to be able to kind of, live vicariously through the fans when they get to go to something. Oh, he got him on the shoe. He's out. He got him. Great throw by Cal Raleigh, and that was one of those things where I was saying I need his defense to be better from throwing from his knees to first, second, and third, and he has been awesome this year. Much better, than last year or the year before. Wow. Cal Raleigh. You animal, you. Demo with the nice tag. One on the left butt cheek and this one on the shoe. Unbelievable. I wish we weren't down 4-1. You're out. All right, we got to make up 3 runs. It would have been a hell of a lot better if we were down 3-1 or 2-1. Now 4-1 is fucking impossible, but again, you never know. Crazier shit has happened. And on the bright side, even though all 3 of them don't have a hit, this is where you would want the lineup to be, right? For us to be able to make a comeback and have something crazy happen. We're at the top of the order, and even though these guys are 0 for 9, right, these would be the guys that you would want because you got Luke Raley right afterwards. So somebody needs to get on base to make something special happen. So if we want to end up winning this game, this is how you do it. Rojas gets a single. Julio gets a single. Cal Raleigh gets a single. Luke Raley gets a grand slam. Then boom shakalaka, we win 5-4. And then we don't give up anything in the bottom of the ninth. That is the game plan, okay? That is how you get it done. Now, will we get a single from Rojas? I don't know. Will Julio get a single? I don't know. Will Cal Raleigh get a single? I don't know. But if they all get on base and we have bases loaded, this is the guy that you want up, right? Luke Raley, really the only person on the team that has done anything for us. He's the individual that has 2 out of the 3 hits besides Dominic Canzone and his homer. So it plays out nicely for us, even though Rojas is 0 for 3, Julio's 0 for 3, and Cal's 0 for 3. So we'll see how it goes. So make sure you guys are taking care of your mental health. Addiction, depression, anxiety are things that we go through. Make sure you're making those minor adjustments throughout your day if you feel like you're slipping into the darkness. Exercising, eating better, listening to music, hanging out with friends, checking up on friends, spending time with your cats and your dogs, your kittens and your pups, making sure that you're making time for them. And if you do these things, you can climb out of the darkness a lot sooner and you can end up winning the day. 4 runs, 11 hits, no errors for the Yankees. 1 run, 3 hits, 2 errors for the Mariners. Let's go. He said, boom, shakalaka. Now I just have to be able to see what comes up on my end there. I don't know how long it's going to take to go into Rojas. Little ground ball, 1 away. I appreciate that. I don't know how long it's going to take for it to show up on my end. And then where I go to here, trying to look at all the tabs to see where I would go. Appreciate you, Judah. Pitch is outside, 2-0 count. Like, where do I look to see what? Yeah. Reflect with a $5. Appreciate you. And then what did you end up doing for the dollar amount? Did you do the 20? Nothing's showing up on my end on the app, but I might take a few minutes for it to reflect that. So stacks on stacks, racks on racks, a little cactus jack, bang, bang, $5 holla. Reflect with a $5. Trying to get some Tay photos for Matt to contain the drooling. And then Judah with his first dono. I'm in my account now, so I'm trying to look to see what I like. Says request, give, send, bills. Friends and family. Little chopper. Okay. Trying to look to see where I would be able to see it. I don't see anything on my end yet. I don't know. I mean, I'm in my account, but it's not showing anything unless I'm clicking on the wrong thing or whatnot. But I appreciate you. Stacks on stacks, racks on racks, a little cactus jack, $20 holla for Judah. First dono. Hopefully I'll be able to figure it out on my end. And now, like I said, I haven't got a dono on the PayPal in probably a year or two. Most of the time it'll be through like a different platform, but I don't know where, because I'm in my account now. I ended up having the correct password that I remembered, but it doesn't show anything on my balance or reward. I'm really not sure where I need to look to be able to see where it is. I would assume it would just show up on the main page at home at the top, but I'm not, maybe you're more familiar with it than me. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. It's not showing anything on my end, but I don't know. Yeah, I'm not sure. Hopefully I'll be able to figure it out, but thank you so much for your support. Runners at first and second, Cal Raleigh as well. Let's go. And the guy that we want up with one out. Runners at first and second with one out. Left fielder Luke Raley. There we go. 4-2, baby. Luke Raley. Let's go. It looks like the last time I had a transfer was from February of 2022. Haniger. Yes! There we go! Four, 3, baby. That's what I'm talking about. Let's go. You just have to talk it into existence. You know, you just got to be able to lay out the game plan and have them execute. 4-3, Yankees. Let's go. Next up, Demo, shortstop, Dylan Moore, 0 for 2 with a base on ball and a K. And if Rojas could have got on, we could have been tied now. Top of the ninth, 4-3 Yankees. Runners on the corners with 1 out. 0-1 pitch from Holmes to Demo. Pitch is outside, should have been a ball, but called a strike. Behind in the count, 0-2. Pitch is outside, 1-2 count. What's your email, Judah? So maybe I can look you up that way through the contacts, and I can put you in there. With me just putting in your first and last name, it doesn't show. 2-2 pitch, check swing, 3-2 count. You might be able to come back. Three-two pitch from Demo, and it walked him, baby. Let's go. Bases loaded. Way to come back, Mariners, after being like terrible for 8 innings and then finding a way. Next up, the hero that ended up going yard for us to start it, Dominic Canzone. Dom is like, all right, let me get up here and win the game for the Mariners, huh? Come on, baby. No DPs. Big swing and a miss. 1 for 3 with a solo home run. Yeah, I need name, username, email. Dom. There it is. Tag up. Go, 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 Luke. Let's Let's go, baby. That's how we do it. We don't give up, no matter how bad it looks, right? No matter how bad things look, we'll still fight, we'll still scrap, we'll still claw. We had one hit pretty much the whole game, and now we're all the way up to 6 hits. Tied it up 4-4, down 4-1 in the top of the 9th. Let's go. Hell yeah. I mean, it doesn't mean that necessarily we're going to win the game, but so far so good. Next up, Guy France. Fuck yeah. Pitch is outside, 2-0 count. Yeah, and I've had a PayPal account for a long, long time, so there we go, Ty. That's what happens when you go against the Mariners. That's what happens. That's what happens. I like it. I like it. 5-4 Mariners. Let's go. And I know that Megan and Sarah love Aaron Judge. Hell, I got an Aaron Judge ball, and I love me some Aaron Judge. Hey, but the Mariners, let's go, baby. Down 4-1, 5-4 Mariners. What a comeback. Let's go. Next up, 0 for 1 with a K. Back in the lineup, J.P. Crawford. When does that happen? That never happens to us. Way to fight. And if we win this game and we come back and we win, right, you know, we might actually be able to win 2 out of 4 or 3 out of 4. So winning this first game obviously would be huge for us because, I mean, the Yankees were dominating this whole game. Like the whole game, right? And obviously, if you win game 1 in the set, you're better. You have a better chance of winning a couple games after. If we would have lost the first game, the most that we probably would have won is 1 out of 4. But winning the first game puts us in position to maybe win 2 or 3. No one's going to sweep. Yankees aren't going to win 4. The Mariners aren't going to win 4. But this is huge for Seattle. Let's go. I'm still not showing anything on my end on the PayPal. So I need some additional information from you, Judah. All right, I'm not sure if everything went through on your end or on my end, but I'm not showing anything on my end. So top of the 9th, 2 outs, 5-4 Mariners. That's much better than being down 4-1. Hell yeah. Trident's up, baby. All right, take care. This would be a huge win for us, too. Everyone coming up big. Come on, JP. Let's go, baby. Great to see you back in the lineup. Yeah, check on your side because I might need your username so that way I can see you on there. Because if you got your username like you're at and I can look at it there, but I'm not showing anything on my end. Still shows like I can do like a send and request and I can put your @ in there, and then maybe I can see like your username or something. Which is outside. 2-2 count. Come on, JP. 5-4 Mariners. We might actually come back and win. I mean, I don't know if we're going to be able to hold them to, in the bottom of the ninth. We're only up 1, but I mean, obviously this has been a punch in the gut for them. They were up 4-1, and they had 11 hits, 1 error. We had 1 run, 1 hit, 2 errors, and then we found a way to get 4 runs here in the top of the ninth, and we're not done. JP fouls it off. 2-2 count. What's your username on the PayPal? At what? Yeah, I would say in the future, probably, doing it on like Cash App or doing it on Venmo would probably maybe be a little bit easier, and whatnot. But I do appreciate you, doing what you're doing for me and the channel for me and Paisley. But maybe in the future, even just a super chat, even if they take out a little bit of a percentage or just doing it on the Venmo or the Cash App. And again, the percentage isn't that much, on the Cash App. If you do 20, maybe they take like a quarter or like 75 cents. I mean, it's not that big of a deal, but. I had and like I said, an old card that I had to remove on there. So I'm not sure if that's part of it too. But hopefully we'll be able to figure it out. All right, 5-4 Mariners. JP with a pop up and out. Let's go to the bottom of the ninth, and hopefully we can hang on for this win. Yeah. Also, you can do the super chat where you can just donate through the YouTube. You can always do it through that if you don't have Venmo or Cash App. Lauren in the building. What's good, brother? How are you? What a comeback, huh? Loose is loose. Definitely makes us feel a little bit better than just getting our ass kicked for fucking the whole game and having 1 hit and then actually making this huge rally. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go, baby. If we end up coming back and winning this game, this is going to be probably the first or second as far as like most memorable game besides Garv's walk-off when we were down 1-0. Polanco got a single, Garv got up and hit a homer, and we ended up winning 2-1. That was probably the most memorable game up to this point for this game. So yeah, I already updated the card info. I already did that, but the money should still end up showing up, on the actual PayPal app. And then if I was going to transfer it to my bank account, then I could go that route. But I'm not showing anything on my end. It still shows 0 on the balance. So I'm not sure what that means. But everything's updated on my end. Bottom of the ninth, 5-4 Mariners. 0-2. See you later, baby. Volpe, goodbye. Next up for the Yankees, right fielder Juan Soto. They got Soto and Judge. So it's not going to be easy, but we can do this. If we end up winning, this will be one of the biggest wins of the year and maybe one of the biggest wins in recent memory. If the Yankees end up losing this will be a big collapse, and it might help us win 3 out of 4, possibly, if we can get this dub here. And they're for a strike, baby. I mean, and we were getting our ass kicked. Let's not, sugarcoat it. I mean, it was 4-1, and again, we had 1 hit. And 1 run. So just to be able to come back, I mean, again, I laid it out, single for Rojas, and just going down, each player, and then we could get to Luke Raley. Maybe we could have something happen. Rojas got out, but Julio cashed in, Cal cashed in, Luke cashed in, Hanny cashed in. Soto with a bloop. And now we got Aaron Judge. All rise. Hopefully we can find a way to get a double play and end the game. I'll still give him his flowers, though. Pitch is outside, 1-0 count. Spelled my name wrong, bro. It's ORIONMIKULEC. You sent it to ORIONMEKULEC, bro. So you sent it to you misspelled the last name, bro. I was gonna say it probably would have showed up in there, but I knew something might be off. Big swing and a miss. 1-2 count. So I don't know what that means with that particular email, but I don't know if that email even exists and whatnot. But the name was misspelled on your end, brother. Let's go. 101 there by Andres Munoz. There we go. Hell yeah. Last up here, left fielder Alex Verdugo, 3 for 4 today. Bottom of the 9th, 5-4 Mariners. Runner at first, 2 outs, 3 for 4 with a double, 2 singles, and 3 RBIs. Verdugo having a game. Munoz gets him to chop foul, 100 miles an hour, 0-1 count. Yeah, so ORION and then MIKULEC. Munoz pitches low, 1-1 count. One pitch. Pitch is low, 2-1 count. Yeah, I got the email, but on the actual email itself, it says you sent $20 USD to, and then it has my first name and my last name, but it's spelled wrong. So I got an email from my actual email account, but it got sent to ORIONMEK instead of MIKULEC24 at Gmail. Let's go! Let's go! Fuck yeah. Big comeback by the Mariners. That's one of the best wins of the year. Shit, that might be one of the best wins in the last 2 to 3 years. I mean, we had that walk-off, right? The walk-off was big by Garv, but this one is bigger because we were down 4-1 and then found a way to come back and score 4 runs in the 9th. And we ended up winning 5-4. Fucking A, man. That's awesome. Let's go. One of the best comebacks in Mariner history. In New York as well. Let's go. $2 holla. I don't know what that means for sending it to the email instead of just sending it to like my username or something like that. But I don't know if anything got taken out of your account. But again, that's why sometimes I don't like using like things that I don't really use that often. But I think that if the name was spelled right, maybe it would have come in. But I did get the email, but it got sent to the wrong, spelling of the last name. So $2 holla, stacks on stacks, racks on racks, little cactus jack, bang, bang. Let's go. One of the biggest comebacks in Mariner history, baby. Fuck yeah. Mariners win, baby. That's why you never stop watching the Mariners. You got to keep watching no matter what. You never know. And it's all started with Dominic Canzone and that home run to get it from 4-0 to 4-1, right? And then if we didn't end up getting that first one, right, in the top of the 8th when we were down, right? Huge. Down 3-0, then 3-1 with Canzone, and then found a way to win the game. And when we win, we fucking dance. Mariners win! Mariners win! Mariners win! Fucking A, let's go. Yes, sir. Awesome win. I mean, I don't even know what to say in this game. I mean, I tried to, kind of lay out a timeline on how we could come back. Did I really think that we were going to come back? No. But again, sometimes you just have to wait for that starting pitcher to go out, Marcus Stroman. He was wheeling and dealing all night, but Dominic Canzone, it took us to the 8th inning to get something. But again, they were just beating our ass, and we were down, 3-0, and it didn't really look like we were ever going to come back, and then ended up being down 3-1. Then it ended up being 4-1. Berti ended up getting that RBI in the bottom of the 8th. So, to make up 3 runs in the top of the 9th is usually impossible, right? But we found a way, and also to be able to have the right order to start off with Rojas, Julio, right, and Cal Raleigh. They were 0 for 9 up to that point. 0 for 9, 0 for 3, 0 for 3, 0 for 3. But I said if we could just find a way, single by Rojas, single by Julio, single by Cal, and then Luke Raley with a grand salami, then, obviously best case scenario. But again, Rojas didn't get on, but Julio did, Cal Raleigh did, Luke did, Hanny did, and then we ended up just getting that nice rally, one after another after another. And it all started, obviously, with Luke Raley. Luke Raley in the top of the 9th reached on an infield single to second. Rodriguez scored on a throwing error by second baseman Torres. Raley to second. Raleigh safe to third on an error that made it 4-2. Then, right after that, Haniger singled to center. Raleigh scored. Raley to third, 4-3. Then, Dominic Canzone, after hitting a homer, we thought, oh, is he done? No, he's not. Dominic Canzone gets up, and then he ends up getting a sacrifice fly to right. Raley scored. Haniger to third, 4-4. And then the hero of the day, Ty France, single to right. Haniger scored, more to second, and then you end up winning 5-4. Unbelievable. Nice job, Dirty Dom. Let's go. Yeah, Northwest Sports Fanatics. Yep. All right, it went through now. Yeah, it comes up as my email, and then I remembered the Northwest Sports Fanatics. I think I did that through like eBay like years ago. I think we're good now. Let's check. Thank you, Judah. Sorry about the confusion with all that. Let's see. I just got an email. Let's see here. I think everything is good now. There it is. Thank you, Judah. I appreciate you. Yep, it's good. Thank you so much, bro. Thank you, man. We were going to figure it out one way or another. Judah with his first dono, $20 dono. My guy. Appreciate you. Let me get some photos up here for Judah, especially for his first dono. And and like I said, I haven't used this, in a couple years. So, I had the email under my first name, last name, 24 at Gmail. And then obviously it's also linked to Northwest Sports Fanatics. And you found it there. Thank you, man. Appreciate you. So, yeah. And there you go. So hopefully everything is okay on your end. That it wasn't a $40 dono, 20 to some mysterious Ryan Mikulak spelled the wrong name. So hopefully they refunded you on that end, and that transaction ended up getting canceled out or refunded, and then you got it to go through this time. Thank you so much. All right, let's get you some Celtics up here. We can do that for you, man. Thank you so much. Final score: Mariners 5, Yankees 4. With a game where we had 2 errors, right, and 1 hit and 0 runs, and then for somehow, some way to be able to come back in the 8th and 9th inning, to put up 1 in the 8th and 4 in the 9th, unbelievable. I mean, it was 2-0, then it was 3-0 by the 5th, right? Then it was 4-0, or 4-1, 3-1, and then 4-1 in the 8th, and then to get 4 runs in the 9th, and then to be able to close it with Munoz. Unfucking-believable, baby. All right, what do you want for Celtics? You want old school like Larry Bird, Robert Parrish, Danny Ainge, Kevin McHale? You want to, Dennis Johnson? We're going to go Bill Walton, old school? Or do you want like Tatum, Jaylen Brown, and guys that are on the team now? You let me know what you want photo-wise, and I got you. Not a good day, Paul, for the M's. A great fucking day. That was one of the best comebacks I've ever seen. So, yeah, and honestly, every Mariner fan and every baseball fan that saw a score 4-1 against a team like the Yankees that are 33-15, 16-6 at home, there's no way that we were going to come back. But again, maybe it's a little bit of luck and a little bit of heart and the right guys that came up in the top of the 9th. If we didn't have Rojas, Julio, Cal, Rayleigh, if we didn't have those guys, I don't think we would have come back. But it just so happened that even though, at the top of that order, each guy was 0 for 3, we found a way. Rojas was 0 for 3, Julio was 0 for 3, and then Raleigh was 0 for 3, but then Rayleigh was actually doing pretty good. I think at that point he was 2 for 3, and he was like the only guy that had hits for us besides Dominic Canzone with that homer. Sometimes it's just destiny, sometimes it's fate, sometimes it's a little bit of luck. So, they refunded the one with the okay, cool. He said no Tatum, all new guys. Okay, gotcha. Thank you, Judah. Appreciate you. I figured we were going to get it figured out one way or another. So thank you for your generosity, too. You could have done $1 and I would have been ecstatic. Anyone that will end up donating, for the first time and whatnot. But, doing 20, that's very generous of you. I appreciate you. Appreciate the friendship and the grind, obviously, here on the channel. And thank you so much for your generosity and appreciation and love to support not only the channel, but to support my dreams for me and Paisley. Celtics got the best shot to be able to win. I mean, if they end up going against the Mavs, the Celtics would win probably in 5 or 6, right? If you end up, going against the T-Wolves, you might have to go 6 or 7 games, but it's still possible. But also on the flip side, it's also possible that if the T-Wolves make it, maybe they win it all. But I think if it's Boston and Dallas, Boston would win the championship. So if you're a Celtic fan, you're rooting for Dallas to win, not for the T-Wolves. Because if the T-Wolves beat the Nuggets, the T-Wolves probably have the most confidence out of the 4 teams that are left to win it all. Someone's going to win it all, but the best finals that we can get as far as fans, is going to be the Boston Celtics versus the Minnesota Timberwolves, instead of getting like the Pacers and Mavs, which no one would watch, and then if that ends up happening, the Mavs would have the best shot to win the championship, beating Indiana. But again, as far as being able to watch a finals, the best option would be Boston versus Minnesota. And if that happens, who knows who would win? It could go Minnesota in 6, it could go Boston in 6, or it could go Boston in 7, Minnesota in 7. I almost kind of feel that Boston and Minnesota would match up decent, where it could probably most likely be over in 6. But if it ended up going 7 games, I don't think it would really surprise anyone. Can't believe we came back and won that game. Yeah, we all learned something new today, huh? As my parents, you got to imagine me at school, ORIONMIKULEC. I never got my first name or last name correctly pronounced in school. They would fuck up my first name, Orion. They'd fuck up my last name, McCulloch. I never would be able to get, sometimes at least you can get the first name, Charles or David. At least you can get the first name, and then you got an odd last name, and then it's a little bit tougher to pronounce. But yeah, I got my name brutalized in school, first and last, so everyone learned something new today. That was one of the most satisfying wins I've seen in Mariner history, and I've been watching since the mid 80s. To think, oh, we're not going to come back. But anytime that you have a feeling, well, you're not going to come back, and then you remember this game, and you'll be like, well, it is possible. We've done it before. Maybe not a lot, but cool one. And then we got Oilers and Canucks, Game 7. Here, I got to turn that on Hold on, I gotta turn that on while I'm putting up photos here for Judah. And this one is very evenly matched. No, they're in first intermission with 12 minutes to go. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. That was crazy. I live streamed that one. But I believe in that particular game, Reflect, we actually had more than one hit in that game before we made that big comeback. Someone needs to look up to see. Yeah. For real. Yeah, the old school days. I'm trying to remember how many hits we had in that game before we made that big rally, but I'm pretty sure we had more than one hit, before we went on that big rally. But I can't remember. I mean, I've watched hundreds of games since then. I couldn't tell you off the top of my head. Normally my memory is pretty good, but that's too far back. 0-0 first intermission. So I'll end up watching the rest of that matchup to see who Dallas is going to match up against. 0-0 first intermission, Judah. Who else do you want to see, brother? You got any other names that you want me to throw up? I got the Al Horford. We got the Jaylen Brown. You don't want, no Tatum, he says. Not a Tatum fan? You want like old school? Old school, new school. A nice throwdown on Donovan Mitchell. That's a cool one. Okay. I know that's his third hit night, and without him, this comeback doesn't happen. All right, no to the old school, just the new guys. Okay, I got you. And if we end up getting the Celtics and the T-Wolves in the finals, I might do a game or two. I still like the NASCAR, MLB, and NHL more than the NBA. But depending on if the Mariners have a day off, and then we end up having a finals game, I might end up doing a game or two of the NBA finals. Same thing goes for the Stanley Cup. I'm going to try to do a little bit. It kind of just depends on, where the Mariners are at and what we got going on. So I just have to do what's going to be, financially giving me the best shot to be able to, get things squared away bill-wise and whatnot. But I'm not going to be bored watching necessarily Celtics T-Wolves. As long as I got Brown and I got Tatum, the Porzingis is out there, and you got Ant, and you got some of the studs that you got there on Minnesota. Not ideal, but again, Minnesota is probably funner to watch than Denver, for most people, and Ant is turning into a superstar. So, and especially if the T-Wolves win it all, then, Ant is going to go into superstar status, which he already kind of is. This season he kind of elevated, but if he ends up winning a championship, then it'll take him, into that top 5 status for sure. But then also if Boston wins, then they can kind of get off the schneid, and then it'll take Brown and Tatum to a whole nother level. Instead of being really, really good players, then they'll have that, championship under their belt. So it'll be really big for, either one based off superstars. And then if for whatever reason Luka and Kyrie end up eliminating Minnesota, then it could take them to another level. So I just don't know about Indiana. I don't want to say Indiana has 0 chance, because if we say that, who knows? Maybe they'll stretch that series to 7 games. You never know. Indiana is kind of a sneaky team. So, pickleball, nice. Yeah. Well, plus both game 7s were at home, right, for teams, right, for New York and Denver, right? The Knicks and the Nuggets blew 20-point leads at home in game 7. I've never seen that. That was shocking. So. And this is the easiest path that Boston has had ever. So if they can end up winning it, this will be the easiest way to do it. But again, once you get, just going against who they went against in the East. But if you end up going against Minnesota, it's not going to be easy. It definitely could go either way. And the only problem with Boston is defense. It's like you got guys that can score, but Minnesota is a better defensive team. And if they lock down Tatum and Brown and Porzingis, what are you going to do? It's like, who else is going to be that guy that's going to step up for Boston? That's the question mark. It's like an offensive-minded team going against like the team that beat Denver.
a defensive-minded team, and then you got Minnesota, who's a defensive-minded team, but they end up they got Anthony Edwards and a few others that can put up 20, 30, 40, 50 points. So it'll be interesting for sure. Any other players that you want to be able to see, Judah? Pickleball is pretty popular here in Oregon. There's a lot of racquetball, pickleball. I mean, just depending anything with a ball. I mean, we're doing it out here. I mean, right now I'm usually going to my park that I grew up at, playing basketball. I'm there every day shooting hoops for about 20 minutes, 30 minutes occasionally, just to see if I can still play and shoot threes and free throws. And surprisingly, my shot is still there. Like I still can get it done. So that's always nice when I can still I'm not airballing shots or anything like that. So. Give you the famous Tatum over LeBron dunk. Probably haven't seen a photo of that in a few years. This dunk put Tatum kind of on the map years back. We're like, who's this Jason Tatum guy? And then after you dunk on LeBron, then people are like, oh, he's kind of good. Peyton Pritchard. Oh yeah, Reggie Lewis. Love Reggie. Go Ducks. I had a bunch of Reggie Lewis cards back in the day, just like with him and Len Bias and a lot of those old school guys that, definitely sad that they weren't able to be around longer. Good old days. Career playoffs. Right, 42 career play. It's a little graphic. It's like 42 games, 17.5 points, 51% field goals at whatever point, 93 playoffs versus the Hornets. And they had that famous game where Reggie blocked Jordan 4 times in a game. A lot of people don't remember that one. Jordan barely got blocked ever, let alone 4 times in a game. That's one thing that Reggie was able to do, and then a lot of guys weren't able to do back then. %, I agree. Yeah, Len Bias was so damn good too, for sure. Anything else that you want to be able to see, Judah, or reflect, or let's get? I'll give me a couple photos for Matt. I assume Matt is still hovering in the room still. All right, second period has started for Edmonton and Vancouver. The boy needs to go eat some dinner and take Paisley on a walk, but we'll still throw up a few more photos for y'all. I want to make sure everyone gets taken care of. I don't want to leave anything behind. I appreciate every single person that has watched a stream, shared a stream, liked a stream, donated to a stream. So yes. Uh-oh. Oilers score 1-0. Cody CC. 1-0 Edmonton. Matt better not be in the bathroom or eating food. Okay, good. I was just making sure that you were still there. All right, no problem. Thank you so much for your generosity. I'm glad we got the name spelled correct and everything is good. Thank you for your generosity. I love you and appreciate you. Thank you so much. And shout out to Reflect and Judah and Matt. I love you guys and I appreciate you guys very, very much. Final score, Mariners 5, Yankees 4 after being down 4-1 in the ninth. Hey, you gotta believe, and we're gonna be here tomorrow, same place, same time, 4 p.m. Pacific for game number 2 for the Mariners and the Yankees. Shout out to you guys to watching on Twitter/X as well as YouTube. And I got one question for you. Who you know talk sports like us? Your boy Ryan, Northwest Sports Fanatics, and I'm out. Okay.